Hello friends, this is a very beautiful place in Bohol, and as you can see there's a lot of water here, very large ocean, and it made me think a lot about the forgiveness of God. When you consider how big the forgiveness of God is, it is as big as the ocean. It is so big you can't drink it all up. No matter what wrong you do, the forgiveness of God is so big you cannot contain it. You do something wrong and you can always come back and drink from the water of His forgiveness. It reminds me of a short story of a boy named Rodinga. Rodinga was a boy who was a servant of a man who passed away, and then a new master came in, and he took over this mansion, and every time Rodinga did something wrong, he would ask for forgiveness, and the master would forgive him. In fact, the master one day told him that, Rodinga, if you do anything wrong, I want you to say I'm sorry, and you will be forgiven whatsoever it is that you have done wrong. One day, Rodinga got so used to doing this. The master was so graceful. He was so kind to Rodinga. Every time Rodinga made a mistake, the master would forgive him. But it became so much to an extent that he started taking advantage of the forgiveness. So anything he would do wrong, he would say, I'm sorry, and the master would simply forgive him and allow him to continue with his daily privileges. No punishment of any kind. But one day, Rodinga went ahead and he saw a candle next to the curtains. And he lighted that candle, and he caused the whole curtains to get into a fire. And sooner or later, the whole building was in fire. The master was upstairs praying. Rodinga left the house and started running because he wanted to save himself and not catch the fire. But on his way out, he stops and turns back, and he realizes that he forgot something behind. So he runs back home before it's too late, and when he gets there, he notices that the master is vanished. He noticed that through the fire, the master has been burnt. From that day onwards, Rodinga learned never to say I'm sorry. From that day onwards, he learned not to say I'm sorry, but to instead change his ways and do the right thing. You will encounter so many things in life, and so long as you think the grace of God is there to cover up for everything, you will live a life of suffering until one day you will enter into a loss which will make you realize that saying I'm sorry is not enough. God bless you.